Layers of the atmosphere, layers of the geosphere. One thing the geosphere and the atmosphere have in common is that they're divided into layers. In this video, we'll explore 4 layers of the geosphere and 5 layers of the atmosphere. The diagram shows that the Earth is divided into 4 main layers: the inner core, the outer core, the mantle, and the crust. The inner core is comprised mostly of iron and nickel. It's really hot. The outer core is comprised mostly of sulfur and oxygen. It's 1,300 miles thick. The mantle has even more layers within it. This is where currents in molten rock cause the Earth's plates to move. Did you feel that earthquake a few days ago? Thanks, mantle. Now the crust. The crust is different because it's solid. There are 2 kinds of crust. There's continental crust and there's oceanic crust. That's the thinnest layer. It's like the shell of an egg. The atmosphere is composed of 5 main layers. Like Earth's layers, they all have different thicknesses, temperatures, and compositions. Here's a little more information about the layers of the Earth. Did you know that the Earth's magnetic field is created way down in the outer core? This field reaches out into space and protects us from solar winds. As you can see, the geosphere is all the rock and mineral materials on Earth, from the summit of Mount Everest down to the depths of the inner core. Here's a little more about the layers of the atmosphere. The exosphere is the last layer of the atmosphere that's held in place by Earth's gravity. Next, the thermosphere. It's the next farthest from Earth. You can tell from its name that its temperatures can get really hot. If you've ever seen a shooting star, that's actually a meteor. Most meteors never make it to Earth. They burn up in the mesosphere. The stratosphere is really important. It contains the ozone layer that protects us from the sun's harmful rays. In the troposphere, we live down in the troposphere. This is where planes fly and all of our weather occurs. The atmosphere is mostly nitrogen gas. The oxygen that we need for our survival is actually less than 1/4 of all the total gases in our atmosphere. So let's compare and contrast. What are some of the similarities and differences between the geosphere and the atmosphere? We'll start with the similarities. Well, first of all, like we've been saying, they're both made of layers. Next, they're both all non-living material. And last, I would say that humans interact with both of them. Now, how about some differences? Well, this one's obvious. The geosphere is solid and liquid matter, while the atmosphere obviously is gas. With the geosphere, humans interact mostly with the crust, while in the atmosphere, humans interact with pretty much all layers. Finally, let's talk about composition. The Earth really is mostly iron. That's why magnets are attracted to it, by the way. And the atmosphere, as we saw, mostly nitrogen. Can you think of any other similarities and differences? Now let's take a look at some phenomena that we'd be likely to see in our atmosphere. So, where would you find each of these phenomena? Let's start with the exosphere. In the exosphere, you're likely to see satellites, the Hubble telescope, and the International Space Station. In the thermosphere, you'd find the aurora. How about the mesosphere? That's where a meteor shower might occur. Next, the stratosphere. In the stratosphere, you might see a weather balloon or a jet airplane. And all of these other phenomena would be likely to occur in the troposphere. Except for, of course, the space shuttle, which travels through every layer to reach the International Space Station. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned just a little bit more about the atmosphere and the geosphere.